welcome to Zach and my first review. Right?
Yeah, this is our first review. We probably are terrible at it.
So we're going to be reviewing F60 2207 2450 kV motors.
We fly a lot, we go through a lot of motors. So with that, we also like to fly the best possible setup we have. So we've tested a lot, we've tried a lot. Recently, we've gone through some DYS 2205 motors. We've gone through some Cobra 2204, 2300 motors. We've gone through some ZTW 2204, 2205, both 2500 kV and 2300 kV. We've tried Rotor Geeks 2204s. We've tried ZMX 2206, 2300s, and we've even tried a bunch of different Rebel motors. You know, after all this testing, there's tons of great motors out there. There's lots of motors that have their ups and downs. But the one motor we found champion is this F60 2450 kV.
We've never actually felt anything like it in terms of motor power. It's torquey, it's high RPM, it's durable, it's really just an incredible motor. And we found out about them at Drone Nationals where they were giving them out to pilots, and I personally haven't really used T-motors in about a year. I want to say something like that. So from there we were like, all right, you know, we've heard good things about them, let's try them out. We have a friend, Ryan Evans, who is using them on 6045 King Kongs, and like bench tests show it's like 1700 grams of thrust or something insane. And I was like, sweet, I'll try them out, see how it goes. I actually ended up building them on a 5-inch quad, and I was using them with the 50/40x4 quad blade props, and I've never heard a motor hit such a high RPM. It's this extremely loud scream. We'll show some clips. You'll be like, whoa, I never even knew motors could spin that fast, and that's kind of what happened to us with these. It just blew us away that we were actually oversaturating all of our previous motors.
Yeah, the F60s, when you throw them up in the air for the first time, you know, if you're flying tri-blade, you might not notice a big change. You're going to notice maybe a little bit more pop, a little bit more power with that slightly higher kV. But where these motors really shine and where they really show what they've got is when you throw on quad blades, or you throw on some 50/45 tri-blades, something that's a little heavier and a little bit meatier. These motors have the torque and the power required to drive those, and then all of a sudden you get this rocket ship from a quad that may still weigh an upwards of 600 grams. And it's the best way I could describe it is when I first flew these with some quad blades on my freestyle rig with a GoPro, I thought I lost my GoPro.
But yeah, so I had these, I threw them on a freestyle rig that we were designing, and it was like, Zach goes, oh shit, that's faster than your race quad, right?
Basically,
our
yeah.
race strikes were running the ZMX Blue Tops, which are great motors.
Yeah, we went up to the mountains, I think, for one of your first flights after testing in the backyard. And I remember the first few flights we go up together, I'm flying around, I'm really liking my motors. And then I remember I took the goggles off and you were up for another pack, and I was like, what the hell? That's carrying a GoPro and that thing's ripping around like there's no issue. It was pretty impressive to see. So I was pretty blown away after flying that. We got to go back and forth, we talked a bit. We had all of our rigs at that time were set up with the ZMX, which are great motors.
6 rigs with ZMX on them.
Yeah. Those motors are great, we loved them. They drive the 50/40 tri-blade really well. They're fast motors, but it sort of was a hard comparison. It was a hard decision to make. These motors just felt a little bit crisper and a little bit edgier. They weren't necessarily way faster, they just had a much more solid planted flying.
And from what we understand, that's because of the 2207 stator, and it's a well-designed motor, so the torque output is higher.
Yeah.
So you can drive a heavy prop like a 50/45 V2 style or something with more pitch like the APC props or the Grapner props, without it feeling bogged down.
Yeah, and that being said, these aren't N52 magnets. These aren't single wind coppers.
We're not 100% sure, but we're pretty confident
yeah,
that they're not N52.
If you go to T-Motor's website right now and check it out, like, they're not advertising any of these keywords we're seeing in all these other motors.
But they're stronger. Like,
yeah.
On bench tests and whatnot, it's what, 50-40 quad blades. It puts out like 1,500 grams of thrust.
Yeah, it's insane.
And that's the thing is, it's just a well-built motor. Yeah, so please let us know how this went.
Yeah, make fun of us down below.
Yeah, it's the first time we've ever done this. Give us feedback, give us comments. You know, what would you like us to review next? What would you like us to work on to make our reviews better?
Yeah. Or just troll us. You know, we're good game. You know.
Yeah, you know, anything you want to say, please say it. It's mean. It's nice. Whatever. We can take it. I swear.
Yeah. And Ross, you better watch this one, man. Oh, I can't twist my hand that way.